What up, y'all? It's your boy R to the A to the S. Yes, Roz. Here with See What Causes the Ball. And today we are talking about the new Christian film, October Baby. October Baby. Alright? Now, I am going to be talking about some spoilers in this film. This is one of the films you can't really avoid talking about spoilers. So I'm going to give you 3 seconds to turn this off if you don't want to know nothing about the film or some of the major plots of the film. I'm not going to talk about the ending, but I am going to talk about some major plots. So I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Alright, that's it. Oh well, you should have turned it off. Now, this film does have some professional actors in here, man. They actually got a guy, John Snyder, who played Bo Duke on the Deuce of Hazzard. For you old school people, some of you younger 20-somethings don't know what the Deuce of Hazzard is. But some of you older people, y'all know the Deuce of Hazzard. It's a good old boys. Never meaning no harm. Oh, with the law and the law. Yeah! Going with the car and the Confederate flag. Oh, as a black man, I love the Confederate flag. And watching that on the Deuce of Hazzard. But anyway, so they got him in here. You got Jasmine Guy in here, of a different world, y'all. Don't whine. Don't whine. That's right, Jasmine Guy in here, man. And she does a great job to me. She know how to act. That's just a cadet. So Jasmine Guy in here. For you Christian rap fans, they got Shobaraka. That's right, brother Shobaraka in here. Makes a brief appearance. Very brief. Very brief appearance. But hey, the brother working. That's all we want to see, the brother working. But overall, the acting in here, oh no. Very, very amateurish. Very amateur. The lead character actor, I forgot her name. Her name was Hannah. And let me say, Hannah, watching this film, let's see what's the Christian way of saying. She has a pretty smile, alright? She has a pretty smile. Sister Hannah has a pretty smile, alright? So, she's not the world's greatest actor, but I enjoy watching Hannah and her pretty smile, alright? So, the emotions she tried to capture, it doesn't really hit me like that. I was looking around the film seeing anybody was really crying. Nobody was really crying. And so, that ain't a good sign when you got an emotional song I'm so used to doing music reviews. But an emotional movie like this. Alright? But, anyway. Plot-wise, in case you haven't heard, young girl Hannah, and you can tell that's a biblical name. They obviously chose that because of Hannah in the Bible. You know, she had problems having babies and all that type of stuff. But anyway, Hannah, having some medical problems. Through these medical problems, she found out that her mama and daddy ain't her real mama and daddy. So she goes on a search for a real mama and daddy. And the film revolves around abortion and unwanted children, alright? And so, Hannah is, throughout the film, feels like this unwanted person. Nobody really wanted her, even from her own mama. So, it's an emotional film, but it doesn't capture me like that. Mostly because of the acting ain't great. Now, I can see some parts of this movie being kind of controversial. That's right, controversial. There is a scene with the main character, this is a spoiler, Hannah and her friend. They had to stay in a hotel room. My. And there was only one room left with one bed. My. Now, nothing happened and they didn't stay in the same bed, but I know some of y'all are not gonna like no movie portraying some kid that's staying in a hotel room together. That's not practicing purity. So I'm sure some of y'all gonna be upset with that image. But anyway, I can see that being a problem. There was some people, your view of Catholicism is not, you don't view Catholicism in a positive light, I guess you could say. And this movie paints Catholicism in a positive light. So that's going to be controversial as well. I can see some folks getting upset, well, some Protestant folks getting upset with that as well. So there's a couple controversial things in here. Now, the length of the movie too doggone long in terms of they could have made this shorter than it was. I checked about the hour and a half mark. I was checked out. I looked at my watch. I said, that's it. I'm done. I'm just going to sit here. And so they kept talking and dialoguing and crying and talking and dialoguing and crying. They could have made this movie way shorter than it is. I felt the same way about Courageous, but they could have made... Speaking of Courageous, they actually got a character for Courageous in here. One of my favorite characters. I ain't going to say who. But he actually in here, and he was funny and courageous. So you probably know who I'm talking about. And he funny in here. This brother, he needs to be in more movies, more Christian movies. I like this brother. But anyway, so yeah, it's too long. Some of the camera work is kind of shaky. Like there's one part, I don't know why they filmed it this way. Like it looked like an old person was filming, so their hands was look like the camera was just shaking us and just shaking. Like what's going on? I don't know if they were doing that for effect or what, but like I said, the film, it almost closed out. Well, I'm almost done, but the film wise, it kind of surprised me because I expected this to really be a film. When I heard it was a pro-life film, I really expected them to hit like, you know, this is why Roe versus Wade should be overturned. A more political type film, but it wasn't. It was more trying to talk to women who had abortions and not to make them feel condemned or anything like that, but to help them to realize that they can be forgiven. And so I was kind of surprised at that they went at that angle. A lot of that, I mean, they clearly argued a pro-life stance that, you know, the children were persons, but again, it wasn't like, you know, abortion is sin, abortion is murder. They didn't really focus in on that. It was more of a personal approach. So I'm not saying that that's right or wrong, but it was different. And they didn't have any other thing. What I did like, and I know y'all, some of y'all gonna get mad at this, it wasn't a gospel film where you can tell they were just trying to come around so they can share the gospel message and everybody gets saved, you know, and hear the gospel message. It wasn't forced. It didn't feel like a forced gospel message movie. It was just more natural, and it really focusing on the characters and caring about the characters. So I like that. I'm not a big fan of a lot of Christian movies who try to force the gospel message in the film where it doesn't seem natural. You don't really get to see her spirituality side either. So it doesn't feel like a Christian film in that sense either. There were definitely, you know, moments where you saw her contemplating and talking to God and, you know, talking about spiritual matters, but it didn't feel forced. So I like that. It felt like a natural film. And I hope other Christian films follow suit. But overall, I give this movie a B-. I mean, typical things. Nice message, subpar acting, long script, long talking, long dialogue. So that's my opinion. This is your boy Roz here with Pursue with Cost of Ball. Kobe sucks. 3 for 20 against the New Orleans Hornets. Kobe sucks. And I'm out. Triples.